cable station that serves Jenison, Hudsonville, and Granville. Football is back. My name is Roger York, and along with my partner Don Peterson, we will bring you the first game of the week, Jenison versus Hudsonville. Tony Anise and his Wildcats will try and get started on the winning way by taking on the Hudsonville Eagles, coached by Dave Durham. This is the triangle showdown for Jenison, Hudsonville, and you can throw into that mix Granville. Hudsonville, which struggled in the 1997 season at 1-8 overall and 1-6 in the OK White, will try and stop the Wildcats. Jenison, which had a very good season in 1997 season, also 7-2 overall and 5-2 in the OK Red, will try and get to the playoffs this year. This will be Tony Anise's second season, and he should feel right at home after his first year. To give you a preview of the Jenison Wildcats and the Hudsonville Eagles, my partner Don Peterson.
Roger, it's exciting to be here again tonight, September the 4th, 1998, to begin the high school season. Last night, Grand Valley State College, as everyone knows, had an exciting game with Ashland, Ohio, and won in a very exciting game. We look forward to an exciting game here tonight at Jenison Field. Jenison leads this series, which began back in 1970 under the direction of Coach Jerry Neidlinger. They stand at 9-0, Jenison having won all of the contests so far, so it's sort of gone Jenison's way. That first game back in 1970 was won by a score of 14-12, and last year, Jenison Wildcats went out to Hudsonville and won that contest, Raj, 21-6. So I guess we might say that Hudsonville is looking for a little revenge tonight. After the 9 losses they've suffered at the hands of the Wildcats. Last year, as you mentioned, this Jenison team, coached by Tony Anise, went 5-2 in the OK Red and tied with the East Kentwood team, Rockford having won the OK Red championship. The only two teams that Jenison lost to last year was Rockford and Mona Shores, and those were both exciting contests. The big upset was at Mona Shores. Some of the key players to watch for the Wildcats tonight will be returning tight end number 99, Brandon Moss. He's a senior tight end, big kid at 6'3", 250 pounds, plays both offense and defense. Last year, he just played at tight end. This year, they've got him playing at a defensive end spot. The other player we want to keep around is Mitch Harriman, number 30. He's a 6 foot, 215-pound running back, also playing free safety. Will go two ways, Raj. And last year, Mitch gained over 1,100 yards from his running back spot as a sophomore. The other player we want to keep our eye on is that quarterback, a junior, number 14, C.J. Hooper, 5'8", 160-pound quarterback. At a right tackle spot on offense is a kid by the name of Joe Farber, number 76, 6'3", 260. The center, number 64, is a returner, Matt Schmucker, 5'10", 210, and he'll be back in that center spot again for the Wildcats this game tonight. It's a late arriving crowd. This place holds 6,000 or 7,000. Looks to me like we're going to have a pretty close to filling the place up.
Well, Don, I tell you right now, entering into the stadium, the line is back maybe 200 to 300 yards. So there's a lot of people still to come in the stadium. The Jenison side is almost full. The Hudsonville side is filling up, so we have a beautiful night to start our first game of the fall season of football, and I tell you, it couldn't be a better night.
Yeah, last year Hudsonville had a tough year, 1-6 in the OK White, as you'd mentioned, but that's a tough league with teams like East Grand Rapids, Forest Hill Central, Hastings, Lowell, Northview, and Wyoming Park, and Zealand, so they really don't get a breather throughout the whole season. That's a pretty tough league, the OK White.
Right.
They are coached by fourth-year coach Dave Durham, and Dave Durham is optimistic that he'll put together a good team this year. He had a lot of players last year that played as juniors that will be playing this year as a senior, so they do have some experience coming back from last year. They have some key players. I'll kind of go through some of the key people that we've observed for the Hudsonville Eagles. Number 35, James Kuiper, is a fullback at 5'10", 205. He's a senior. At quarterback, number 11 is DJ Van Slyke. He's a 5'11", 190-pound quarterback. He also plays outside linebacker, so he must be a tough kid. Also is the punter, so they use him a lot, Roger,
right,
on the both offensive and defensive side of the ball, as well as kicking or punting, I should say. Number 58, Dave Woodwick. He's a senior. He's a tackle and nose guard, two-way player at 6'2" and 240 pounds, so look for him to be a big factor in this game tonight. Also, number 56, Jason Durham, a senior, at 5'11", 185 pounds, the inside linebacker. He's a force to be reckoned with, I guess, on the inside of that defensive line for the Eagles. And number 59, Kevin Coster, a junior, a 6 foot, 190 pounds senior, playing offensive center for the Eagles. I would say, in talking to the coach from Hudsonville, that fatigue could play a factor in tonight's contest. It's probably 75 to 80 degrees tonight, and they have a number of players that go both offensively and defensively, probably 5 or 6 players that play both ways. So they'll have a tough time matching up with the Wildcats with the size of that offensive line that they showed this year.
Well, Don, I'll tell you, we're just about ready to get the kickoff, and Eric Anderson, Jenison has chose to kick off. Hudsonville will receive. Number 45, Eric Anderson, will do the kicking for the Wildcats. And number 3, Mike Schmidt, will be deep to try and retrieve that ball and bring it back to the best of his ability. Well, this will be sort of a new season for the Hudsonville Eagles, trying to get over all those injuries from last year, which really took a lot of effort out of their club. When you start the season in the first couple of games and the injury bug sets in, it makes it pretty tough to recover because you have a lot of new people coming into places that you didn't expect. So here we go. We're ready to get started, and there's the kick. And the 98 season is underway, and Hudsonville brings the ball straight up the field. Number 21, Joey Gint, and he brings it up to about the 32, 33-yard line. Let's see what the spot is by the referees.
Brett McCarty on the stop, number 2 for the Wildcats.
So the Eagles will be on offense to start it off. We'll see how the Jenison Wildcat defense takes the first couple snaps. And the Eagles, led by DJ Van Slyke, will be coming out over the ball in just 1 second. Number 59, Kevin Coster, is the center, up over the ball. DJ Van Slyke behind him. Got a pro set, or a wing tee, you might call it, to the right. Jenison in a 4-man front, straight dive, picks up a couple of yards only. Good defensive swarm by the Wildcats.
Ryan Smoes, a junior on the stop, 6 foot, 210 pounds junior.
Be about second down and 8 yards to go. Basically, Don, I think getting started in the game, you want to just have a good handoff. You want to get the snap right, to get the ball in play and get all the butterflies out of the stomach.
Well, they've been playing against one another all year, and they want to go out now and play someone with a different colored jersey on right now.
Number 33, Nate Lertzema, is the tailback in I formation. Van Slyke takes it, pitches it off to 33. Lertzema, and he breaks a few tackles and picks up a first down.
He's brought down by the inside linebacker, Matt Waringa, 190, 6'1", coming from his inside linebacker position and taking him down at about the 45-yard line.
Hudsonville's picking on the right side of the Jenison defense. That was nothing but a pitch back, and let's blow them out front, and away we go.
And they move the chains down.
1st and 10, Hudsonville on their 45. The ball's just above it. Van Slyke looking it over. He's strong to the left. Wing left. Takes the 33 Lertzema and keeps the ball and moves up inside. Lertzema took the ball and picked up short yardage. It'd be about second down and 9 yards.
Also brought down by the inside linebacker, Matt Waringa, number 37.
That was a good fake by the quarterback. It really looked like he pulled that ball out and he kept it into Lertzema's hands.
No gain. The ball hasn't gone in the air. The Jenison defense is sort of tightening up. And
2nd and 9. Hudsonville keeping it on the ground. DJ Van Slyke is a senior, 5'11", 186 pounds. Got a wide out to the right, split backfield. The counter back up the middle, and they're picking up a few. Number 35, James Kuipers, comes hard up the middle at a slant.
Brought down by Todd Snipp, the inside linebacker. They're getting past the line of scrimmage, Roger, and the linebackers are doing all the tackling, so that means they're going to be picking up 4 or 5 yards down the middle.
That was a good hard-nosed play by the interior line of Hudsonville. Kevin Costner, number 59, is the center, and he's opening up some holes. Bob Oper is a senior, 63. Tim Okert, number 64. Those 3 fellas right inside are making things happen right now. It's 3rd down, 4 yards to go for Hudsonville. They're in an I formation, got a wide left. Van Slyke calling the signals, and we're going to have a penalty here. And
the right guard moved slightly on that play. Bob Oper, I think this picked up slightly before the ball was snapped, so there's going to be a 5-yard infraction, I believe, against the Eagles. I'll bring it back to the initial line of scrimmage, practically. So here's a replay. Watch the right guard, number 63, slightly jump ahead of the count here.
He turns, you'll see that right now. There he goes, 63. Bob Oper, that's a no-no, as he knows. So Hudsonville's back at the beginning. They're about 3rd down and 9 to go. High formation. Wide left, split left. Pitch out to Lertzma, number 33, trying to pick up some yardage, and very, very good run, hard-nosed run, picks up about 8 yards. So he's going to be 4th down, and he's going to be a little bit short.
Brought down by the outside linebacker, Aaron Amato, at 5'10", 195, outside linebacker doing the tackling. As you say, it brings up 4th and about, do you kick the ball, Roger, here? You got 4th down, you have to kick it?
Dave Durham is going to have a decision right here. This depends. I think he's been moving the ball, Don. I mean, he's got 2.5 yards to pick up. That little counter play he ran at an angle worked nicely. Let's see what happens right now.
Let's see what happens.
He's got a wing tee to the right. And wouldn't be surprised to see that play right now. So number 61's got to stay home. No, yep, straight dive up the middle, and he picks up a 1st down.
That's James Kuiper on with the carry.
Number 35, straight handoff. He looked real good on that.
Brought down by number 30 for the Wildcats. That was Mitchell Harriman, the free safety, was making the stop, but not until after he'd made the 1st down.
Number 60, Ryan Van Ree, is entering the ball game for the Eagles.
That's a big offensive play for the Eagles.
1st and 10. They're inside the Jenison 50 at about the 42.
The nose guard for Jenison, number 71, Todd Gregg, goes 5'5", 240, right in the middle there, right over the top of the center.
Hudsonville strong left with a wideout, I formation. Coming here to the left, it's going to be a pitch to Lutzema, and he's trying to get around the corner, and he picks up a few yards. Let's see where they get marked on it. He's going to be right at the 35-yard line.
Does not have a 1st down, Roger. Close, but no 1st down.
Very good run by Lertzema.
Be a 2nd and short. He's driven out of bounds by the Wildcats. Here's a replay.
Let's take a look at it. Nobody pulls out there. Everybody goes one-on-one. Fullback comes down, or the lead blocker comes down, and that's where he picks up the 6 yards, ties up that end.
Mitch Harriman, number 30, ran him out of bounds on about the 35-yard line.
Big number 88 for Hudsonville, Jesse Brower, just came in the ball game. Left end. C.J. Van Dyke under the center. It's be straight handoff to center. The quarterback keeps the ball and follows his halfback right up through the middle and does pick up a 1st down. Van Slyke, excellent handling the ball, Don. He looked good on the handoff and followed the back right up into the hole.
He's a pretty good sized kid too, at 5'11", 190, playing both offensively and defensively. So I'm sure he's not afraid to put that ball under his arm and take it for 5 yards or more if he can get it. Hudsonville's moving the chains.
Now we got an I formation. Van Slyke under the center. Strong to the left. Got a wide out to the left. Jenison in a 4-man front. It's going to be a
goes Lertzema off the right side.
Counter back to Lertzema. Picks up a few. Number 3, Mike Smith, coming back in the ball game. Number 64, Hudsonville, Tim Wolford coming back in the ball game.
Number 37, Matt Waring for Jenison on the stop. The linebackers are getting a lot of play tonight, a lot of defensive play. It's 2nd down and about 8. They haven't thrown the ball yet, Roger. We see a pass here or no? I guess you don't put it up until you stop the run.
Van Slyke again, I formation. He's got double wide. Going to be a pitch to Lertzema. He had a man in the reverse. Lertzema doesn't go down, and he keeps on running. Excellent run by Nate Lertzema. The Hudsonville halfback took that pitch.
Todd Snip had a shot at him, missed his tackle. Brings up a 3rd and about 6.
3rd and 6 for Hudsonville, and the way they've been moving the ball, Don, they've kept it on the ground.
Off the tackle.
They're
and they
establishing themselves right now in a ground game, which is Jenison's got to pay attention to, because now all of a sudden they're going to pop the pass here. You wait and see. Got a wide out, number 12, Casey Glass.
12, Brad Jenowick.
Got a split backfield.
Oh, the right tackle moved this time. A break for the Wildcats. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Well, right now the difference in where they're at is 2 penalties that kept them really from flowing along. So now they're going to come back and make that up again. They made up the first one. Let's see if they can make up the second one.
Roger, if you look at the starting lineups for the Wildcats, they're 230 tackle on defense, and the Hudsonville Eagles from end to end are about 210. Watch, here's a replay. I think you'll see the right tackle move on the right side of the line here. Watch.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yep.
Gets right down in the guy's feet. Number 59, Kevin Costner, center, checking with the quarterback to make sure he gets the right signal. They won't mess this one up. This is 3rd down and more than 10 yards, just shy over 10. Quarterback rolls out. He looks like he's definitely keeping the ball, and he slides down on
his own.
Yep, he's held up, and so it's going to be, well, it could be punting. It might not be. This a good decision for Dave Durham again. Do you want to pin him down deep with a pooch kind of punt, or do you want to try it and see if you can pick up a first down, or even try and pick up 7?
If he puts it in the end zone, he'll only pick up 11 yards on the exchange. So I would imagine they're almost, Roger, in 4-down territory almost. They're at the 31-yard line. So you might say they are going to go. They're not going to kick the ball.
So Coach Durham has decided, let's try it. Let's see what we can do.
The most they can do is pick up 10 yards. So they're going to go for it here.
DJ Van Slyke under center. He's got an I formation, strong left. He's rolling out. He's looking deep, and he's going to be caught. And the ball is batted out of his hands, and he did have a man open, but he couldn't get it down there.
The big tight end, tackle, Brandon Moss, blocked that intentional pass. There's a replay.
Look at the pressure he gets in there by the defensive end, right in there, and then batted down by the interior side of that line.
So Jenison takes over on downs on their own 30-yard line, 31-yard line.
So C.J. Hooper, Chris Hooper, number 14, will lead the Wildcats out, and they come out quickly. They got double wide out, single setback. They're going to spread out Hudsonville. Now they step back. Got a slot man in motion, number 99, Brandon Moss. Goes back to the fullback spot and leads the block, and the Wildcats are chugging ahead, number 30.
Harriman for 7 yards.
Mitch Harriman working hard.
Roger, you had a big fullback in number 99 at 250 pounds who's leading the way. That's a new wrinkle in the offense. They put the tight end, pull him back, put him at fullback, and he leads the blocking for Mitch Harriman, who last year gained 1,100 yards from that running back spot.
Number 64, Matt Schmucker, senior, 5'10", 210, is up over center. Chris Hooper. Number 14's quarterback. He's got two backs in the backfield. Rides the first one through and hands off.
Short of a first down.
Harriman goes up through, carries the ball, and he picks up a couple. So it's going to be 3rd down and short yardage, maybe a couple.
Number 56, Jason Durham at 5'11", 185, brought him down, the inside linebacker for the Eagles.
Number 84, Kevin Fales, comes into the ball game, and 27. Aaron Dawkins comes out.
3rd and short.
Greg Grigorski splits out wide to the right. Got a split slot to the left. Single setback, Harriman. Quarterback comes down, rides his fullback, and hands it off. Harriman spins up and picks up a first down.
Nice run by Mitch Harriman, showing you why he picked up all those yards last year. He probably picked up an additional 5 yards on second effort with the spin move. I don't know if we have a replay of that, but you'll notice he made his first down and broke a tackle and went for 5 more yards.
All you young football players, this is what they practice.
Now he gets hit, spins, and gets 5 more yards.
You practice that every day, hit and spin. Harriman, single setback. He's got a slot to the left. Hooper takes the ball, can't quite ride it. He does, he pulls it back, and he's got a man wide open. And Moss is off to the races. Can he make it? And he does.
Moss, beautiful offensive play by the Wildcats from their
Wildcats
45-yard line.
Wildcats rode Harriman right up in the line.
There's a replay.
Back. Watch the replay. Rides it, you see?
Yep.
Hudsonville steps up. He's wide open. Moss goes in, and he's a big target.
Nothing but end zone.
Had to be 50 yards, so beautiful play by the Jenison Wildcats. Let's see what they're going to do on the extra point.
The first pass that C.J. Hooper throws as a Wildcat goes for a touchdown, Roger. As a junior, as a varsity player, I should say. He may have thrown some last year.
That was an excellent play, well called. Notice that they kept the ball on the ground, and then bingo, they hit the pass.
Eric Anderson back to try the extra point, number 45 for the Wildcats.
Looks a little like we've got some confusion out there. Number 89 is the holder, White. And there's a flag. Let's find out what it's all about. I have a feeling the Wildcats. Let's take a look. Hudsonville's end came across, but they're calling it on Jenison, so it was illegal motion. Wildcats declined. That's it. That whole thing looked like out of sequence, didn't it, Don? I mean, everybody was running on and running off. They should have just called time and got squared away.
I think that they scored so fast, Roger. They had like 3 offensive plays. They had 1 first down, and then they scored from the 45-yard line on the big pass to B.J. Moss, and probably the team that goes in to kick that extra point wasn't quite ready to get out there and kick that ball. Number 45 is the kicker, Eric Anderson. He had it blocked, and so we have a 6-0 score.
Yep, we got 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, and a lot on the ground. I love this type of football. I mean, it's not exciting maybe for the fans, but I'll tell you one thing, the coaches keep mistakes to a minimum, at least they hope to, and this is establishing something. Right now, even for Hudsonville, I'll tell you, they've played a good first quarter.
Right, Schmidt back to receive on his own 5-yard line to kick the ball. We'll see who that was. Is it
number 45, Eric Anderson? He's a big guy. He's 6'6", and he's getting ready to signal his friends that they're ready to go. Number 21, Anderson. Joey Gent is back. He returned the ball last time. Jenison breaks out of their huddle. Number 3, Mike Smith, is back in the middle, and here we go. Wildcats leave 6-0. Number 21, Gent's got the ball again. He comes up the middle. He's got a hole, and he could go all the way if he gets his feet back, and he almost does it. And he gets up over midfield and gets into Jenison territory.
He's brought down by Scott Phillips on a sort of a shoestring tackle on the 45-yard line. Nice return by the Eagles.
Excellent return. If
There's a replay. Watch number 20 save the day here for the Wildcats.
Another thing that the Wildcats will work on is stay in your lanes coming down the field. Boy, the kicker, thank goodness, tripped him up. Good pursuit by Jenison coming back to pick him up.
Kevin Coster, number 59, center for the Eagles, at his 45-yard line, or Jenison's 45-yard line.
Van Slyke under center. Got a pro set in the back. It's a fake, and it's the first pass, and it's intercepted.
There's 2 flags down there, Roger.
And I think they knocked him down, and Harriman's going to go all the way. No, he's out of bounds. But let's find out what the penalties are.
I think we're going to have some interference on the Wildcats, I believe, back here on about the 35-yard line, unfortunately. Here's a replay.
Yeah, let's watch it. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, that's debatable. He ran right into the defensive man coming through there, and it was picked off. The ball wasn't even close to him, but, hey, that's why we have referees. So we have to abide by the rules, and we come back in Hudsonville. This is a break for the Hudsonville Eagles right here.
Big break, otherwise Wildcats pick up the ball back on the 5-yard line, down to bring it down the 5-yard line. Mitch Aram on a long run.
You know, that we really don't know yet how big a break that was for Hudsonville, because a score like that quickly come back could really break their back.
They pick up 5, 10, 15 yards on the penalty.
Number 59, Kevin Costner, the center, comes out over. Strong left with a wide out. I formation in the backfield. Pitch to 33, Lertzema, and he's got some running room, and he picks up some yardage, hits and spins, and pulls off, and goes for a first down. Outstanding running by Nate Lertzema, number 33 for Hudsonville. Just plain old, let's hit him down and move him out.
Brought down by Matt Wieringa for the Wildcats, number 37.
Jenison right now, the defensive end on that side, is really taking his lumps, and so is that linebacker on that side.
Roger, the defense has been on the field for a long time. The first quarter is 1:50 to go in the first quarter, and the Jenison defense has been out there an awful long time.
Number 99, Brandon Moss, has gone over to the left side, and 73 has gone to the other side to try and stop some of this.
Kuiper's up the middle. Wildcats bring in Todd Snip, number 44. Out comes number 37, Matt Waring.
This is a beautiful set of plays for Hudsonville right now. If they can come back and neutralize this score by Jenison, that momentum will be equalized right now. Van Slyke, high formation, just a quick pitch to Lertzema, and he's looking at his blockers. He gets a good block on number 27. Oh, that to me, that's a penalty right there, and that looked suspect.
Driven out of bounds by Rick Boheist, number 9 for the Wildcats.
The lead blocker put it to number 27, Aaron Dawkins, and we're going to see if we have a run back, we could take a look and see what that really looked like. It's a holding penalty on Hudsonville. Let's check this out. Watch him come down. Right here, the lead blocker hits him, and they threw the flag right after that, and it must have been holding when he grabbed on him or something.
Break for the Wildcats in any respect. Ball's placed down about the 28-yard line of the Wildcats with 52 seconds to go in the first quarter. The score is 6-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Hudsonville on the march.
Right now, Hudsonville's got about 2nd and 20 yards to go for a first down, so they got their work cut out for them, Don, if they can get half of this on this play. Let's see how Van Slyke, if he can throw the ball. Fake to number 33, Lertzema, and Van Slyke is going to run the ball, and he picks up half of that.
Mitch Harriman brings him down to the 20-yard line with a nice tackle.
Van Slyke did a very good job getting out of some rush there and moving down the field.
He was pressured. He did not have time to pick up his receiver. He was pressured by, I'm not sure that was for the Wildcats, but he broke loose for about, picked up about half of the penalty. So he's got, third down from the 20.
Third down at about 10. So if he can get half on two downs, we're back in business with Hudsonville. This is a big series right here. 18 seconds yet in the first quarter. Let's see if they can't get something done here. Otherwise, they have to change ends, and sort of takes a little of the momentum away. Less than 10 seconds. Split in the backfield. Quarterback goes straight back. He's getting rushed. Almost goes down. He's going to scramble, and he's got some free room to run. Let's see if he can get in the end zone. He's down to the 3-yard line. Outstanding play by DJ Van Slyke. Working his way through the Jenison defense, trying to make it happen and get in that end zone.
DJ's got fast feet. Here's a replay. Watch him break loose from the...
we got another problem here, Don. We got a yellow flag.
There's another yellow flag down.
Right there.
Missed tackle. Finally brought down by number 80.
Somebody got hit in the back. You can
the
see it in the
Wildcats,
replay.
that's Eric Rigorski.
Little holding penalty. All right. This is going to push him back another 10, so they're back starting at only third down. Right now, they're going to have 2 downs to get 20 yards. More than 20 yards now.
That's the end of the first quarter, Raj, as well.
Well, that wraps up the first quarter of the new season, and Jenison's got a 6-0 lead and a beautiful pass play by Moss, taking it in from about 50-plus yards.
I'm impressed by the Hudsonville quarterback, DJ Van Slyke, and I'll tell you, if he's not able to get the ball away, he's been rushed several times by the Wildcats, and if he can't get a receiver open, he can move that ball. He's got very fast feet. He's got good speed. Tough quarterback.
Well, he's been out on the field the most right now, so we've seen him in operation, and he's done a very good job. I'm impressed with Hudsonville's line, too. They are not taking a back seat to Jenison's big line on defense.
Well, actually, the Hudsonville Eagles go about 210 end to end, and they're going against a 5-man line for the Wildcats that averages about 230. That is not the end of the first quarter. We have one more play, Raj, to go in this quarter.
Van Slyke back to pass. He's getting some rush, and he's going down by Big Moss, and he fumbles the football. Let's see what happens.
Number 99, Brandon Moss, is showing you why he's going to probably be an all-conference player for the Wildcats.
Well, Brandon Moss has also been talked about as possibly one of the elite players in the state of Michigan, and maybe the top 5.
So we have a fumble? I missed the.
We had a fumble.
Fourth down.
We had a fumble, and it's fourth down, but it's Hudsonville's ball, and we'll see if they're going to elect to punt, or they're going to elect to take that fourth down. So in a recap again, that's the end of the first quarter. So we can take a look at this last play. Good rush by the Wildcats. Van Slyke goes down. He fumbles the ball. Hard hit.
I think he was down on the ground when the ball came loose, so there probably is no fumble.
Well, right now, the Hudsonville Eagles know they have a running game. I can tell you that. I think their coach has got to be very pleased. They got a running game. They just have made some mistakes and keep, and this is what it gets down to, right? In the key situations, you can't make those mistakes.
Just to set the offensive line, Roger, for the Eagles, we've got Lawrence Brooks at one tight end position, and we have Dave Woodwick at the left tackle. Ryan Van Rees at a guard position. Center is Kevin Coster. The right guard is Bob Oper, the tackle Kevin Clements, and the tight end is Jamie Bukema. In the backfield is DJ Van Slyke at quarterback. We have Nate Lursman at one running back, and then James Kuiper, the other running back, with the Casey Glasser split in.
And Hudsonville is going to kick down, so they're going to try and get Jenison back in a tough position. And number 7, Aaron Dawkins, is back, and he is going to either watch it go, and he does pick it up, and he's going to try and pick up some yardage. And number 31 for the Eagles.
Josh Northhouse brought him down at about the 5-yard line, so that's a big defensive play for the Eagles.
I guess I would think the coaches might talk to Aaron Dawkins when he gets back and say, hey, son.
Roger,
it was close to the
the ball was probably would have, I would say, would have rolled dead on about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it would have been, it might have done that.
It was close.
So he had, he had to make a decision, and he ran the ball, and he just got it was a good coverage by Hudsonville. All right, let's see how the Eagles can do on defense. They got Jenison pinned down deep in their end. Chris Hooper is quarterback. CJ. Mitch Harima, the big fullback, has got the football, and he pops it loose. And let's see what happens, and Hudsonville does pick it up.
Hudsonville's on the ball for sure. I'll tell you in a second who that
Hudsonville
is.
recovers it. Let's see who's got it.
Number 59 for the Eagles.
Kevin Coster. That's a highlight of his life right now. Boy, that's a big turnover.
Here's a replay. Mitch Harima off the right side of the line.
Now watch how Harima comes through and gets popped real good right there. Bingo. The ball comes out, and Hudsonville's back in business on offense.
Big break for the Eagles.
Number 59, Kevin Costner, center, comes up, covers the ball. Number 11, DJ Van Slyke, who's had an outstanding game so far. I formation in the backfield. 33, Lurtzmo looking for the ball, and he's got it. Let's see if he can score it in the end zone. He breaks the tackle, gets down tight into about the 1-yard line.
Matt Waring at 37 had a shot at him, Roger, at about the 10-yard line, and he ran through that tackle.
Right now, Jenison, on these sweeps, they are just not containing any of that sweep action with their end or their linebackers. They're getting blown out.
Hudsonville's breaking a lot of tackles, not wrapping up the ball carrier as he come up to make that tackle. This sort of a shirt tackle, or arm tackle.
Rick Boheis, number 9, came in the ball game. Let's see where he moves to. Got Mass on the strong side, the field side. Got big number 88, Scott Dodds. Straight handoff up in the end zone, and that's a score for the Eagles. Number 35, James Kuiper. Just straight up the middle. And 6 points on the board for the Hudsonville Eagles, and we tie the football game with 11:37 ticked off in the second quarter. So we have plenty of football in the second quarter to go.
So Jenison pays a penalty for coughing up the ball on the 5-10 yard line, and the Eagles take advantage by going in from the 5 with James Kuiper's 5'10" senior going in for 5-yard touchdown.
And number 12, Casey Glass. Let's see if he can convert. By number 6, Ken Regan holds, and it's going to be a fake. And they're going nowhere, so we're going to end up with a tie.
Ken Reagan with the ball trying to carry it in, although he had a knee down when he picked the ball. If you look at the replay, you'll see number 6 had his knee on the ground when he picked the ball up, which actually I think would be illegal for him to get up and run with the ball.
Yeah. Well, right now, Don, Hudsonville's right back in this game, 6-6, and they don't have to take a back seat to the Wildcats at all. They played good defense. Their offense has been moving the football, and here they are, bingo, ready to go.
They've dominated the first quarter with the offense moving the ball as well as it did, but Jenison struck awfully quickly with that TD pass. They really haven't had a chance, Roger, to get out there and get in the rhythm of their offensive set of plays and to really get the butterflies off. They've had like 4 offensive plays, and then they had the big touchdown run to the tight end, Moss. So we'll see what happens on the kickoff here and see if Jenison can get back in a little groove, hit a little rhythm, and see if they can't just wear down that defense of the Eagles.
Yeah, right now, Jenison's weak point right now is their defense. They just cannot, at the ends position, cannot stop Hudsonville on those
You got the
sweeps.
good speed.
Yeah.
You got the good speed.
And their leading blocker is knocking down one of the defenders. Just simple as that.
Back deep to receive will be Harriman, number 30. 27 for the Wildcats will be Aaron Dawkins, and number 2 for the Wildcats, Brent McCarty. Number 12 for the Eagles kicking off, that's Casey Glass.
Mitch Harriman is in the middle. They want him to get that football if they can. Big young man, junior, 6 foot, 215 pounds. Works out in the weight room extensively, so he's well put together. Score tie, 6-6, 11:37 in the second period. Kickoff up in the air, not too deep, about the 20-yard line.
Aaron Dawkins with the ball slips down on about the 25-yard line. On top of him is number 28 for the Eagles, Joe Nineheis.
Joe Nineheis made a nice tackle. Bingo, gets him down. Jenison's going to start about the 26-yard line. So the Wildcats will have a little challenge on their hands right here.
Well, they picked the ball up on about the 25, 26-yard line, Roger, and 75 yards to go for a touchdown with 11:33 to go in the second quarter. Score tied 6 apiece.
Well, let's see. Right now, the referees are calling timeout, and I think the Eagles are going to talk it over a little bit. Well, it seems like in this game, Jenison can't get their momentum going as far as getting things going and keeping it going. Every time they have a timeout, they turn the ball over, something happens.
There's been a few penalty flags thrown down, and it's the first game of the season too, Roger, so both teams are a little bit not quite up to speed on the rhythm of the game. I don't think that the Jenison offense has really had an opportunity to get settled in and really feel comfortable on the field with their set of offensive plays. They will be, I think, improving as we see the series and the game wear on.
Well, they basically really haven't had the ball that much. I mean, a couple quick plays and they scored, so we need to see them like Hudsonville. Hudsonville took the ball, put in about 45, 50 yards of good, solid ground game.
Just as well, here comes the Eagles back out.
Listen, while we have a minute, let's talk a little bit about a Jenison High School senior getaway. They're going to raffle off a 1998 Volkswagen. We'll quickly get back to this in a minute, but tickets are $35 each and 3 for $100, and there are only going to be 1,000 tickets sold. We'll talk about this more. Hooper behind the center. Got a man in motion. Mass, the big tight end, comes in as a lead blocker. Hooper comes down, pitches it back to Harriman, which you could see everything developing to the left side, to the right side of the field. And
brought down by number 31. That's Josh Northout coming up from his free safety position to make the stop.
Right now, that play, I mean, you just could see the flow was going in that direction, and they just stuffed it. Second down, 8 yards to go. Hooper gets the play. Number 11 for the Wildcats comes in. Sean Shine. You got a single setback. You got 2 wide outs. Hooper calling the signals right now. Straight up. Quarterback keeps the ball. He comes up through, and he's going to cut to the outside. Hooper's got some running room. If he's got some speed, he can get it going. And almost he does go out of bounds.
About the 40-yard line, Roger.
39-yard line inside the 40. Nice run, nice fake by the quarterback. Kept the ball and moved on down the field.
That's a good way to get out of a deep hole they were in back over here a while ago. Nice run by the quarterbacks.
Let's watch
C.J.
this.
Hooper.
Watch who he fakes to first. He fakes to Harriman. And then he does a nice job. Number 3 can't recover quick enough to get back. Smith.
Gives the Wildcat good field position with 10:39 to go in the second quarter. Matt Schmucker comes out over center to 2 guards, Ashmore and Branch, that tackles Farber and Ross.
Hooper looking things over. Got a slot to the right. Double set in the backfield. Spins back, gives it straight up the middle to number 27, Aaron Dawkins.
Aaron Dawkins is
good running. Quick hit.
Quick hit. Sophomore at 5'11", 180, Roger. That shows me some speed there. He was off that ball. He was off the ball in a hurry. Through the line, ran right over the top of Ben Ashmore, guard, that number 58. And Kyle Rass, 79, and Schmucker making nice blocks up in the front there on the left side of the Jenison offensive line.
Joe Faber, big 76, comes back in the ball game. I think they probably were taking him out to talk a little bit. Jenison's got an excellent offensive line. All they need to do is make it happen. So you got Dawkins and Harriman in the backfield. Got a slot to the right. Rides the first man through, and did he fumble or did he?
I believe he.
See what happened here. Hudsonville may have a turnover. Well, it looks like the quarterback fell back on the ball.
Hooper is on the ball, number 14.
Chris Hooper, well, he saved Jenison right there, diving on that football.
Right now they have that 3rd and 5 on their 35-yard line, sort of a critical down for the Wildcats here.
Number 81, Jeff Racine, comes in the ball game for Jenison. Got two backs. You got a slot to the right. Defense is going to be pulled apart a little bit. Let's see what Hooper does when he gets ready to rides the fullback in, keeps the football again, goes upfield, and a flag is thrown.
He's got a first down and a flag, and that's got to be about the 10th flag of the night so far. A lot of flags tonight so far.
Well, they started out real well, and then all of a sudden we got into some few flags for Hudsonville. Now Jenison's getting their share.
They're talking to the Hudsonville Eagles, so it's going to go against the Wildcats. Probably a hold. It is a hold against the Wildcats.
Well, one thing, Don, when you ride Mitch Harriman into that line, you have to address that. The linebacker's got to be there. And if you pull that ball out at the right time, you're going to have some running room. And the quarterback did on that previous play, but it was called back. And here again, he had some running room again. It was called back. So on that particular play, somebody is always making a mistake.
Brings up a 3rd and about 12 on the 42-yard line.
On this series right now, we're going to have a single setback with Mitch Harriman. We got a slot, double slot, left and right. Hooper, screen pass, nice.
Harriman.
They got plenty of people out front, and one man breaks through, number 28 for the Hudsonville Eagles, and it was Joe Nineheis who broke through and made a great tackle for the Eagles.
I would imagine that at this particular juncture, the Wildcats may choose to try and go for the first down. They've got a 4th and about.
Yeah, they're not going to kick this football.
4th and 4 from the 34-yard line.
Yeah, they're inside the 35, and they're going for it. And they're hustling out of the huddle. You got a double slot, single setback, Harriman. Hooper is the quarterback calling it out. You see his arms move a little bit. Maybe he's trying to get somebody to jump, and maybe this is going to be a tricker. There we go.
Timeout. That's one of the old plays, trying to put him offside. So
see his arms, in a way, his arms almost could be a penalty, right?
Well,
but let's see what happens. They may go back up to the football and run this play.
I still see no reason for them to punt the ball. If they do, it'll go in the end zone, unless they have someone that can pooch kick it, like you say, down to maybe the 5-yard line. And
you got a big number 99 tight end out there, and he's a big target. He gets his hands. Go to your guys that make it happen. Well, your little timeout right now is the Wildcats called timeout with 7:58 to go. It's tie score, 6-6, in a beautiful evening tonight, and the moon is coming up, overlooking Jenison's football field, David J. McKenzie Stadium.
Here comes the center out over Matt Schmucker, 64 over the ball.
Well, they're gonna run this.
They're gonna go for the first down.
This will be interesting. 4th down, about 4 yards to go. We got slot, double slot, single setback. Harriman's in motion, so we have nobody. Now we're going out with a quick pass to Harriman. He's got to go to the outside. He does. He breaks the tackle, and he turns the corner, and just about turns that corner.
Steps out of bounds at about the 18-yard line.
But he does pick up that first down. He moves the chains. Let's watch this quick. Watch, Hooper gets the ball. Nice pass on a flare out.
Nice block by number 84 from the Wildcats as well. That was Kevin Fales, if you'll notice. Number 84 with a good block.
Broke a tackle on the defensive end coming up, which was a good running attack by Harriman. All right, Jenison's inside their 20. Let's see what they can do right now. Again, they go to a single setback, but they have a slot to the right, wide out to the left. Number 80's out here all by his lonesome self. And
Hooper by himself.
And a beautiful play by number 28.
By 28 again.
Joe Nineheis.
Joe Nineheis has played an awfully good defensive game so far. He broke up that play, and Hooper was off the races, and except that he had 1 foot hook up in number 28.
Developed a 3-yard loss on that rush. That was excellent defensive play by him.
Aaron Dawkins checks into the game offensively for the Wildcats. Number 11 checking out, Sean Shiney.
Kevin Clement is their defensive captain. Number 55 calls the signals. Got 2 setbacks. We've got a slot to the right. Number 14 pitches it out to number 27,
nice
Aaron Dawkins, and he's going to turn the corner, and he goes in the end zone. Touchdown! Beautiful play by Dawkins.
22-yard run by Aaron Dawkins, a sophomore, 5'11", 180. He's got some serious speed.
Wildcats.
Watch the speed. Watch the move. He puts on about the 15-yard line. Number 27. Watch the move right there. And he goes.
Hudsonville could not get over on that defensive side to make it happen. They couldn't cover it over there. They got taken in on the defensive end. The outside linebacker over there was smothered, and Jenison had the opportunity to run the ball around that end. Jenison trying for 2 points, and there's a penalty or timeout. We'll see what's happening. Timeout, Hudsonville. Just saved it for the Wildcats. It looked like somebody had jumped off sides. So with a quick score, about a 27-yard run, 25-yard run for number 27, Aaron Dawkins. Puts Jenison up right now, 12-6.
Aaron Dawkins is a sophomore, Roger. He's got 2 more years after this. He's got some real good speed and real good moves. When he gets in the open field, he's going to be a tough man to bring down. Going off the right side of the line for 22 yards with 7:03 to go in the second quarter. Jenison on top, 12-6. Full house out here tonight. The stadium is full on both ends, on both sides.
Yep. Well, let's see what the Wildcats do to try and get the extra point so they can get it up to 14 at least. And with all the wide-out action that we have and the double slots, it looks like they're going to try and throw the football.
Roger, 75-yard drive for the Wildcats on the kickoff. They picked up the ball on the 25-yard line. They marched it down the field. They overcame some adversity with the penalties, but they went in 75 yards with the combination. Aaron Dawkins going 22 yards off the right side. Here's that.
Here we go. Right now, we've got Hooper under center. We got wideouts at both sides. Slot to the left. Single setback. Harima. Hooper rides Harima in, and he keeps the football. He ducks inside for the 2 points.
For 2. The big 2-point run in.
Let's watch this as he comes through. Good teamwork, good effort. Rides in the big fullback, keeps the football, end-on-end blocking, and he scores 2.
The key to the play was that fake up to 30 Harem up the middle, which brought the line in on the M, and that opened up the right side of the line for C.J. Hooper to get off for 2 points.
C.J. Hooper has played an excellent game in this series, coming down, leading his team right down there and getting the extra point. 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the second quarter, and the Wildcats have taken the lead, 14-6. We got a minute here, Don. Let me go back over this raffle. Jenison High School senior getaway. This is earning money for their getaway when the kids graduate. Win a 1998 Volkswagen raffle, and if you see it at the football game, it's usually on a little cart that they tote around. You can see it. Tickets are $35 each, or 3 for $100, and they only have 1,000 tickets to go. And you can pick up tickets at the 7-Eleven or at any Jenison football game. So let's support the senior class. Let's support Jenison High School and pick up some tickets. Wildcats getting ready. Number 45, Anderson, and he gets his leg into it. Nice kick down to about the 10-yard line. Number 21 for Hudsonville, Joe Gant. Moves up the foot, brings it up to about a 25, 27-yard gain. And that'll be 1st and 10 for the Hudsonville Eagles.
Brought down by Rick Boheis on about to say the 25-yard line.
Well, again, the Eagles got their work cut out for them to try and come back and match Jenison, get back even with them. So we'll see how it works out. They have a very, very good offensive line and a very good quarterback in DJ Van Slyke. He has proved that he's capable.
I think the game is starting to settle into a nice rhythm right now. We see the offense and defense of both sides starting to adjust to the game and get in the flow of things, and I think we'll start to see what Hudsonville has to offer on this series of downs.
I formation. First man through gets the ball. Number 35, Kuipers, hasn't carried the ball that much for Hudsonville, but he ran the ball well, James Kuipers. 2nd and 5 for Hudsonville. That's nice yardage. I mean, when you can run the ball and pick up 4 or 5 yards, you're doing well. Got a strong to the right. I formation in the backfield. Van Slyke under center. Kevin Costner is a center, number 59. Pitches that ball to number 33, Lurtzema, as he comes up field and tries to break some tackles and cannot do it.
Scott Dodds on the stop, the outside linebacker, number 88 for the Wildcats.
When you sort of analyze the film, number 35, Kuipers really ran by the interference, and he didn't hit somebody, and that's what kept that play from really going.
We have a 3rd and about 1 yard, Roger, with 5:57 to go in the second quarter.
Picked up 3-4 yards, but they could have had more if the blocking was, they had it set up, but they just didn't quite follow through with it. Let's see if the Eagles can pick up this first down. Van Slyke again, ready to get his team going. I formation. Oh, the ball squirts through, and Lurtzema picks it up, and he's trying to get around in, and he does break a little. And you know what? He's going to get a first down. Outstanding play by Nate Lurtzema.
Actually, he's brought down by Matt Waringa, but on a broken play, hope we have a replay of that, but he just picks up the ball, heads up play by Lurtzema for the first down. Here's a replay. Watch this. He picks up the ball.
Watch this. This is very lucky, basically. Jenison's defense sort of goes to the ball, and Lurtzema just sprints around the end. That's what speed does for you right there. Has good speed, picks up the first down.
On the 42-yard line.
Number 71 for the Wildcats, Todd Gregg, is in the game at middle guard.
Todd Gregg is 5'5", 240 at middle guard. Nose guard, I guess you call him.
We got Pro set in the backfield. First man through, number 35, James Kuipers, just a straight handoff.
By Harem, a 30 for the Wildcats.
Right now, if you can just do that, head-on-head blocking and pick up 4 or 5 yards, there's nothing fancy about this game right now.
Just 5 yards of the crap. Just boom, 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 down the field they go.
And it gets on one-on-one, hat-on-hat, and who's ever the victor. And right now, Hudsonville's line is dominating Jenison's in this series.
Matt Waringa picking up a defensive signal from the coach, Tony Anise.
Mike Smith is out here to the right. The number 12, Casey Glass, is out on the left. Split backfield. Van Slyke throws it out. Nice pass and quick hit. Quick hit.
Aaron Dawkins, 27 on the stop, going both ways as a sophomore. From his corner position, comes up to make the stop for no gain.
Aaron Dawkins made a nice hit on that. He is a very good football player.
Good
Offensively,
speed.
just ran the football in the end zone. Defensively, wraps people up very nicely.
Got good speed, Roger. Kevin Costner, the center, goes out over the ball at the 49-yard line.
Mike Smith coming out here to the right. Got number 12 to the left. Split backfield again, same type of lineup. Van Slyke again rides the first and gives the ball to the first man through and struggles to get maybe the first down. Let's see where it's marked. Very close. And Jenison's trying to take the ball away.
Number 44, J. Todd Snip on the stop, along with about 5 other Jenison Wildcats.
It's going to be very close. I would think that
that's
they're
4th and inches. I'd say 4th and inches.
If I was the captain, I would call for a measurement.
Exactly right.
And they're not going to have a measurement. You never know.
Well, they're going to go for it, Roger, with 4th and inches, so this is a big play for the Eagles.
What kind of play would you run, Don?
I'd have to say quarterback keeper up the middle.
Straight up the
middle.
middle.
No fumbles, just right up the middle.
There it is.
What you got.
Right up the
Picks
middle.
Up 4 yards.
Very, very good play by the Eagles and their offensive line. Kevin Costner, number 59, is a center and 6 foot, 190 pounds. Tim Folkert is a senior, 6'2", 185. And Bob Oper is a senior, 5'10", 240, did a nice job.
Todd Gregg, 71, coming out of the ball game right now for a moment.
You know, it's in a defense like that, Don, when you play head up, you're not going to stop it. You're going to have to angle in almost, or you're going to have to beat your man so bad. But they picked up 4 yards. They got a first down, and here, let's see what happens. They got double wide out. Van Dyke goes back to pass. It's not a good pass, and if defensive back falls down, if his pass was out there, he could have caught that.
Aaron Dawkins, the defender, falls down, but the pass was well underthrown. I don't believe he had enough arm to get it out there. He must have been 45 yards downfield. Had plenty of time to throw the ball.
Good pass rush by the Wildcat defense. They had their ends crashing in, got some good penetration up through the middle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 with 2:50 to go. Hudsonville Eagles have been on the field an awful long time with their offense, haven't they?
Yep. Again, they got double wide out. Wide out left and right. They got a split in the backfield. Kuipers and Lertzema. First man, he fakes, and he's getting rushed again, and he's pulled down. Pulled in there by number
33 for the Wildcats. That'd be Dustin Manning. Defensive end brings him down.
Did a nice job.
3rd and 11.
He just can't stand in it right now. They couldn't. He's got to step back a little further.
Dustin Manning played last year well, Dustin Manning's a junior. He did not. Maybe he did. I don't think he did play last year as a sophomore.
Well, we're sort of stuck in the middle of the field here, Don. We've
Not
been
much
sort of
going on.
back and forth here. We've punched into Jenison territory a little bit. We're at about the 46-yard line. It's 3rd down and about 11 yards to go. So let's look for a pass play or a quick pass. Oh, it's going to be a quick.
Oh, he runs right through a defender.
And we got another flag. We have got
a lot of flags tonight, right, Roger?
Yep. The referees are getting a lot of practice here. Let's see who we're going to talk to. They're going to talk to the Wildcats, it looks like, and it's going back in motion. 5 more.
Brings up 3rd and about 15 with 2:05 to go in the 2nd quarter. Jenison on top, 14-6 in a pretty good game. The referees have had a good night. I think they've called everything we could think of so far. They've got the flags flying.
Matt Waring, number 37, a 6'1", 190-pound linebacker. Right now it's calling the signals for the defense. Number 62 is down lineman for Jenison, Tracy Branch. Hudsonville, split backfield, goes back to pass, and we have another flag, another flag, and it was almost picked off by the Wildcats. That was a screen pass that never quite developed.
Aaron Amato, number 32, drilled the quarterback as he was releasing the ball, so the quarterback gets hit pretty good. Here's replay. Watch 32 break through and hit the quarterback.
Yeah,
that was a.
When you have a screenplay like that, your lineman or your backfield has got to step up and make one hit and then let them through. They came through so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get back.
That brings up 4th and about 15. They're going to have to kick the ball now, Roger.
Well, they're right on the 50-yard line, Don, so at least they should get decent field position. Number 27.
Dawkins and Harriman back deep.
Jenison's backfield is back there deep, receiving this punt. Good snap by the Eagles. Good kick, driving Harriman back. And it's going to be a fair kick, and he waves it off, and it goes, and he almost, wait a minute, let's see.
The referee is calling in the end zone. He's already signaling it went in the end zone.
That referee, that was a good try by that young man. I can't see his number because I think he got the wind knocked out of him. Number 59. Kevin Coster came down there. He's a center and did a heck of a job to try and keep that ball in play. And
close but no cigar,
right
real close.
1 yard line. Minute and 53 seconds to go. Let's take a look and see. Be hard to see from our viewpoint here. And boy, that did look pretty good.
Good heads up. I'd say it could go either way.
Our crack staff down in the truck did a good job on that one. Wildcats spread it out all over the field. Double slot, left and right, single setback. Hooper, straight handoff.
Aram up the middle, brought down by an inside linebacker.
Quick turn by Hooper, and he hands the ball off to Harriman, and nice play.
Number 31 for the Eagles on the stop. Josh Northouse coming up from his free safety spot, bringing down Harriman.
Big number 99, Brandon Moss, comes back in the ball game. 64, Matt Schmucker over the ball. Chris Hooper calling the signals, getting all his folks straightened out. He's got a slot to the left, single setback, which is Harriman. He fakes it and keeps the ball. He's got some running room, and he's trying to get outside, looking for a block by number 80.
Josh Northhouse again on the stop.
Eric Grzegorski could not quite get his block where it had to be, and so Jenison's hustling right now with 1:09 to go. It's going to be, the chains are moving. It'll be a 1st and 10. Let's see how the 2-minute drill goes for the Wildcats, Don.
107 rolling.
Slot to the left, single setback. Hooper barks out the signal, spins, hands it off to his big fullback, bounces off a few people and gets short yardage. They'll hustle quickly and get up to the line of scrimmage.
Number 55 coming up really slow off the tackle, Kevin Clement.
Wildcats are going to take a timeout with 51 seconds to go. And the Wildcats will have 2nd down and 9 yards to go with short time in the second quarter, with Wildcats leading 14-6 and seeing if they can punch one in here with less than a minute to go.
Still got a little daylight on. It's not totally dark yet. The lights have been on since the game started. Roger wants to talk about the VW again here a little bit.
Let's talk about that VW. The senior high school senior getaway again. They want to sell tickets, and they're $35 each, 3 for $100. And someone's going to win this, and they're only going to sell 1,000 tickets, Don. Can you believe that? 1,000 tickets, that's all.
1,000 tickets.
And you can get them at the stadium here, or you can get them at the 7-Eleven, or you can call some of your friendly folks that are part of the senior parent group.
That means that you have 1 in 1,000 chances to win if you buy a ticket, so that's pretty good odds. Pretty good odds.
Here we go. Wildcats are back at it. Broke out of the huddle. Hooper brings him up. They got a single wide out here, or slot. They do have a slot on the left side. Double setback, first man through, and a fumble. And the Wildcats are going to try and get the ball. And Hudsonville is going to pick it up, and they recover it. Big play by the Hudsonville Eagles.
Ball picked up by number 83 from the Eagles on that. It would be their tight end, Jamie Bukema. Plays both ways, tight end and also tackle.
Big play for the Eagles.
Now they have 43 seconds, Roger, to come in.
Listen, they have plenty of time, Don, to get this ball in the end zone. They're around the 25-yard line. They got timeouts yet. So this could be an exciting finish to the first half of the start of our season.
But Jenison was in such a hurry to get that ball going downfield that they just sort of forgot to take a hold of the ball and get their hands around the ball and make sure they didn't fumble the ball and turn over the ball and give them an easy 6 points away with only 43 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Well, Van Slyke is getting his troops together.
Talking to Mitch Harriman. Mitch Harriman was involved in that last play. I think he's trying to see if he's okay or not.
Yeah,
if he's not, he's going to have to come out of the ball game. Number 30 for the Wildcats.
Could be a little equipment.
That could be as well. Probably an equipment this situation.
Okay, here we go. Van Slyke making sure everybody's got the right number. This is where you don't want to have mistakes. Got a wide out to the right. Takes it. First man through. Fakes it. He's got it. He's going to maybe option. Oh, he keeps the football. Moves up into the middle and is stuffed by the Wildcat defense. Not a good play for less than a minute to go.
Number 71 and helping on the stop for the Wildcats is Todd Gregg, nose guard.
Takes a little time. Now he's only got 25 seconds. He's got 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Van Dyke's calling the play right there at the line of scrimmage. Split backs in the backfield. He's looking downfield. He's getting a rush on, and the Wildcats come up with a big play.
Moss and number 52, Ryan Smoles, on the stop. So that kind of puts a snuff on that series of plays. Wouldn't you say, Roger?
Yes,
bringing up a 3rd and long with 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, right now you'd have to look at the clock management, and you'd have to see you've got 4 downs, first and 10 on a 25. It's tough.
You got 2 downs with 9 seconds to go. Probably time for one play.
One play to the end zone. I would throw caution to the wind here. You have nothing to lose.
The defense is on the sidelines. I'm sure they're going to prevent defense and put a couple of those players back deep.
You get an itchy referee who's got a flag in his pocket that wants to throw it on anything, especially when you get in times like this, when you're down right at the end of the clock. Well, this will be interesting. Well, let me pull out my little VW bugger thing again, so I'll remind people, don't forget about the senior high school senior getaway, the 1998 Volkswagen raffle. $35 a ticket, 3 for $100, and you can get it at the 7-Eleven or the football stadium here, or you can call some of the folks that are part of the parent group that are sponsoring this event. So help support the senior class in planning for that big party. Our kids all went through it, and so did yours, right?
That's right.
We bought plenty of those tickets.
Got a lot of fence time, Roger. A lot of time in stands and fences and buses and cars.
Up all night long. It's a good time.
Right. You got that right. So the Jenison will probably put a couple of players back deep, looking for the pass play.
Eagles got 9 seconds to make something happen.
Playing up tight. There's no one really going back deep. They're number 27 dropping back deep now, giving the wide out plenty of space.
The Eagles have got a block. They've kept everybody in except a couple of people. Throw it. Now he's going to try and run it, and he's going to be probably brought down short on the 20-yard line. And he's got 1 second to go. And that is the end of the first half of the start of the new season, as Hudsonville could not do something in the turnover department, but they had an opportunity, 1st and 10 on their 25, and just could not do it. And the Wildcats defense stiffened, and they trot off the field right now 14-6 with the Wildcats in the lead. Don, you want to recap the scoring?
Just if I've got it down here, I don't know if I've got it totally, but as you know, the first quarter was pretty well dominated by the Hudsonville Eagles, and when Jenison Wildcats finally were able to get their hands on the ball, after about 4 plays, they threw the pass to the big tight end, B.J. Moss, and he went 45 yards for the score. A pass coming from the junior quarterback Hooper. So that would made it 6-0 with about halfway into the first quarter, and then we had James Kuiper going 5 yards for 6 points for Jenison, or James Kuiper for the Hudsonville Eagles going 5 yards to score to make it tie ball game 6 apiece. They attempted the 2-point play, but didn't work. And then number 27, Aaron Dawkins, that sophomore, went 22 yards off the right side of the line after a 75-yard drive, which made it 14-6 after the quarterback C.J. Hooper, number 11, or was it number 14?
14.
Win with the 2-point conversion. So we have a 14-6 halftime score right now.
Well, listen, that takes care of the first half, 14-6 Jenison, and we're going to let you watch the Jenison High School Marching Band as they bring all their equipment on the field, and we'll be back at the start of the third quarter. Welcome back to the second half of the first football game for 1998. The Jenison Wildcats take on the Hudsonville Eagles. And at halftime, we're just ending up the halftime and just about ready to get started the kickoff of the third quarter. The Wildcats are ahead 14-6. And Don, it's been sort of a sloppy game. My name is Roger York, along with my partner Don Peterson. We'll give you a little of the background here. The first half was fairly sloppy, I would have to say. I think Hudsonville played very well, and yet they're behind by 6 points, or 8 points.
Well, you're right, Roger. There were a lot of flags in the field. The referees, it's their first game as well, and they had the opportunity to throw the flags a number of times. Just to recap again, that C.J. Hooper went 45 yards for the nice pass for a touchdown to start the scoring, and then James Kuiper from Hudsonville came back and scored his 6 points on a 5-yard dash off the right side of the line, and then Aaron Dawkins, number 27, a sophomore, went 22 yards on the right side after a 75-yard drive to get his first score of the year in. So we start the second half, Roger, with number 12 from Hudsonville Eagles kicking off. Casey Glass back deep. Mitch Harriman to receive on his own 5-yard line.
So here we go, Don, the second half, and let's see if the Wildcats can improve that first half sort of jitters, I may have to say. Here we go, start of the third quarter right now. Bad kickoff by Hudsonville, and he falls on it. Number 44 for the Wildcats, Todd Snip.
That's a good heads-up play, Roger. If you don't have the handle, just fall on the ball. They've got good field possession on the 45-yard line or 35-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, just the start of the third quarter. Chris Hooper, they call him CJ, is going to be the quarterback. And coming out over center is number 64, Matt Schmucker, who is 5'10", 210, and has done a yeoman's job so far. Let's see if the Wildcats can get on track right here. Got a split on the wideout, and nothing happens on that play right there. Harima was a decoy, and the quarterback was taken down right behind the line of scrimmage.
Bob Oper, number 63 for the Eagles on a takedown, 5'10", 240, big kid, senior.
Well, Jenison, what they're trying to do is put people all over the field and get Hudsonville to spread out a little bit so they can get some of those running alleys opened up.
Kevin Fales, 84, brings a play in from the sidelines.
So again, we're going to come out to a slot here on the left side. 2 setbacks. Setbacks are Harima and number 27, Aaron Dawkins. And a hit up into the line. The quarterback pitches the ball, and he pitches it right almost into the hands of Hudsonville, and he does. It looks like the Eagles have got the ball, and they do.
It's another turnover. Like to see a replay on this one.
I'd have to say, if we see a replay, there had to be a little
sort of a semi-fumble.
Little careless handling.
I believe that he was halfway between a toss and a fumble.
Watch right here.
Yeah, the quarterback decides.
It hit his pad, it looked like.
It slid out of his hands. Yep. What happened. So Hudsonville, nevertheless, does take over on about the 41-yard line. Another big break for the Hudsonville Eagles.
So this is almost the end of the second quarter, and here we are at the start of the third, and we're right at the same thing.
Deja vu all over again.
Sure is. Well, let's see if the Eagles can penetrate into the end zone and get this game tied up. Van Slyke, he's strong to the right. First man through, gets the football, and he's trying to work his way up, and he does. James Kuiper's heavy run.
Breaks several tackles on his way to about an 8-yard gain.
Excellent running. They're picking up on a first down right now. Down the coaching staff for Jenison cannot be happy. That's way too much yardage.
Number 37 from the Wildcats, Matt Waring, the inside linebacker, looking for signals from the sidelines.
They made a few changes in the middle on their. We got Strong to the right. You got 2 setbacks. See what Van Slyke does. He pitches it to number 33, Lurtzema, and he scrambles around. He almost gets a first down. Let's see where they give him a mark.
Matt Waring on the stop, the inside linebacker.
Number 62, Tracy Branch, is getting into the game, and number 76, Joe Faber, is coming into the game on defense.
Both offensive players, Roger.
Right. I think Coach is looking for some.
He's looking for somebody who wants to step up and play defense.
That's right, some shifts. He needs some guys that want to just separate some of that offensive talent. Third down, a short yardage to go, and the Eagles see if they can punch it in there for a first down. Got Strong left, split backfield. Van Slyke barking out the signals, and we've got some movement again up front.
Another penalty flag. It's a break for the Wildcats, which will put the ball back 5 yards and make it 3rd and 5.
Boy, that hurts Hudsonville. I just can't see how they can just, their guys ought to be, just.
Quarterback sneak right there with third and about maybe a half a foot would have been the call, the play to call. But what happened, I don't know. I didn't quite see what happened, but
right
it's
there.
Illegal procedure.
Well, they did it once before. Remember, they had a quarterback sneak, and it worked fine. They got 4 or 5 yards. So, anyhow, here we are. Third down and longer yards, about 6 yards to go to get a first down. They're inside Jenison territory and about the 37-yard line. Vance Lyke turns the ball. Counter play coming up, 35. James Kuiper trying to get some running room and cannot make it. And the Wildcats stiffen up on defense.
Again brought down by number 37, Matt Wieringer, the inside linebacker.
Number 37, number 44, Todd Snip and Matt Wieringer are sort of the inside strength of that Wildcat defense.
Too many tackles being made by the linebackers. We need some defense from the front four somewhere here along the way.
Aaron Amato, number 32, just entered the ball game for the Wildcats, and he's coming out on the right side of the line. Vance Lyke getting everybody set. He's got a wide out to the left. He's rolling to his right. He's looking downfield. He's got nobody to throw. He's going to retreat back and can't get away. And they catch him and bring him down for a big loss.
Number 76 for the Wildcats, Kyle Ross on the stop along with a few other Wildcats. Big fourth down play.
Well, on that play, Don, if we saw it again, you'd see they only had one man out, and he was well covered, so he couldn't throw it to anybody.
No one to throw to.
Let's watch right here. Let's see. See the man through the line? He's got it covered real well. If he breaks through and gets around that one man, there was nobody around there. So Wildcat defense makes a big play, and they're now taking over. Hooper has his boys up to the line. He's got a slot to the right. Goes back to pass. He's got a man wide open, wide open. All he has to do is get through him. Number 12 comes over from
Jeff Racine on the reception, number 81 for the Wildcats.
Casey Glass on defense was sort of lost out there. He had two men open, and he didn't know who to take.
Big offensive play for the Wildcats. That sort of opens up the defense. Here's a replay. Watch 81 break loose.
Watch number 12. He's caught with no help. The linebacker, you see where he's at? He should be back in here.
Actually, he had to wait for the ball. He might have scored on the play had he led him about another 5 yards.
Well, everything for naught, and we're talking about it, and the flag has been thrown, and the Wildcats are called for holding, Don.
Big penalty. Big offensive play, big penalty.
So it didn't hurt Hudsonville one bit, but it does hurt Jenison, and they start all over again with some major yardage to make up. It's going to be about 27 yards for them, first and 27. So C.J. Hooper's got his work cut out for him right now. They got a slot to the left, single setback, wide out to the right. Hooper spins, turns, hands off to Harriman, and boy, I tell you, he is working hard.
Just keep it simple, up the middle, pick up 10 yards, 10 yards, try and get it back a little bit at a time.
He does not go down.
It's a tough running back.
Number 85, Lawrence Brooks from Hudsonville was in on a tackle on that play. Number 11 for Jenison is coming in the game. Sean Shine. Wildcats up to the line of scrimmage. Hooper looks around. He's got a slot to his right. Single setback. First man through, fakes it, and he keeps the ball, and he's got some running room. He just has to get some speed going up. Let's see if he can make it to the end zone. It's going to be a race to the end zone. He's going to win that race. Hooper takes it all the way in for a nice fake up the middle, keeps the football, and sprints into the end zone.
65 yards, Roger, on the left side of the line.
Let's watch this. Fake up into the end zone, he keeps up into the line, he keeps the football and just outruns the defense. 65 yards for C.J. Hooper. Puts the Wildcats up now 20-6. And the Wildcats, Eric Anderson, number 45, is going to try and kick it. And the coordination was much better, and it's
that time is good.
Good point. 21-6, Anderson with the extra point.
Well, Roger, Jenison comes back from that penalty in a big hurry after the holding penalty on the nice pass completion to Racine down here. They come back with a run up the middle by number 30, Harriman, for 10 yards, and then they go around the left side of the line for a good 65-yard score, making it 21-6 in favor of the Wildcats.
Well, I know the coaches have got to be happy about that scoring because they can put a little distance between the 6 points that Hudsonville has. But I know they're not happy with the way the performance is. I mean, they are not grinding out anything. It's just hit, miss, and they just hit that time.
It's like an 8-cylinder engine hitting about 6 cylinders right now, but you can see the Wildcats have the potential, if they get it put together, to do some serious damage offensively. They just have had a few bad breaks and penalties. There's been an awful lot of penalties actually on both sides of the ball. Both the Eagles and the Wildcats have had infractions called against them. Teeing the ball up on the 40-yard line, Eric Anderson back to receive for the Hudsonville Eagles on his own 7 or 8 yard line. Number 33.
Nate Lurtzman is back there. He's their big ball carrier, of course, and I wonder sometimes that he must be that good, but same thing with Harriman. He's back there on punt returns. You think they might, or kickoffs, and they might put somebody else back there, but he's the best they've got, so they want to use him, and let's see if he gets the ball.
Let's see if they kick it away from them.
Mike Smith is also back there looking for the ball, and it does go over to 21.
Going out of bounds, up on about the 10-yard line.
Joey Gent with Smith and Gent and Lurtzma. They have 3 good running backs back there if they can get the football.
Now they're going to bring the ball back and tee it back up, or they take the ball from the 35-yard line?
I think they're going to take it from the 35. It looks like that's what they're going to do.
Right. So that brings the Jenison defense back out.
Well, one thing, we were talking to Kurt Pals, the athletic director at Jenison, and we were asking about some changes. And in this year's game, if this game would be a tie, that definitely there would not be a tie in football any longer. There would be a winner, and they would start at the 10-yard line and play and run 4 plays, and then the other team would have 4. So here we go with the Hudsonville Eagles running their offense. Lurtzma has the football, trying to get around the end, and Jenison's defense is now stringing it out with little yardage upfield.
Aaron Amato, 32 on the stop. Number 55 was in that defensive play. Also, Dustin Boss was in on the going back in the game in defensive line position. But 32 has played an outstanding game so far. Aaron Amato, outside linebacker. Like a no gain.
Well, we have a new quarterback in right now, number 6. Ken Regan is in to see if he can't get a few things going for the Wildcats. Left-handed, throws it, and hits his man, and it picks up a few yards.
Brought down by number 88, Scott Dodge, from his outside linebacker position.
Ken Reagan's in the game, and
we have a third and about 6, Rod. 3rd and 6 with 6:21 to go. Clock running.
Ken Reagan is a junior, and well, one of the problems that they do have is Beal, who was their starting quarterback, is hurt, and so he can't play for another couple weeks. Lurtzma, there he does. He breaks a couple tackles. That man is a fine football player. Number 33, Nate Lurtzma.
Brought down by Harriman and 37, Wieringa on the stop on about the 50-yard line. That's good for a first down. Big first down for the Eagles.
Well, let's see if the Wildcats can stiffen. 5:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. See if the Eagles can come up with something right now. Ken Reagan behind the center. Straight handoff to number 35, and he bulls his way upfield. James Kuiper carrying some people on his back, doing a very, very fine job running the football.
44, the last man up off the pile. Number 44 for Wildcats is Todd Snip, along with Harriman on the stop. Another 5-6 yard pickup on the first down. They get the nice yardage in that first down, seemingly every time.
They just, it seems to me they cannot keep and sustain that kind of offense. They break down after 2 good plays, they run a bad play or have a penalty. Almost bobbled the football, and Jenison had time in their line to come up and
stop Moss, number 99, on the stop. He says he's got the ball, but the referee says, no, you don't.
No, and Wildcats Drop that football. They got it.
That's B.J. Moss, number 99, the defensive end for the Wildcats. Apparently pulled the ball from the runner.
Rick Boheis, number 9, is in the football game, and he's making a few things happen.
Here's a replay. Watch this play. Let's just see what happens with 99.
Slow to develop. Right there. Well, it was mishandled right there at the very beginning, and then they stood him up and took the ball away, and Jenison now has the football, 1st and 10 at about their 45-yard line. So let's see if they can punch it over, get it into Hudsonville territory. Hooper spins over, hands it to the first man through.
For about 2 yards off the left side of the line.
Short yardage for the Wildcats.
Running in behind Ben Ashmore and Kyle Cross.
Waiting for the play to come in, number 84 for the Wildcats. Brings into play Kevin Fales. Matt Schmucker comes out over the ball. Hooper has a single setback. Mitch Harriman. He's got a slot to the right. Quarterback, first man through, steps back and throws the ball to Moss again. He's got a man wide open. Let's see if he can make it. He is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's another 50-yard pass.
Same type of play, Don, that they had before. Set it up.
Injured Eagle on the field right now.
So Moss takes the football in about 55 yards for a score. Let's watch it. Watch, he fakes into Harriman, steps up, throws it. Nice throw downfield. Almost gets caught from behind. So 27-6, Wildcats take one more step forward. Right now we've got timeout by the referees. We have an injured player on the field. Looks like he's holding his arm.
So that play was very similar, Roger, to the first score that the Wildcats had in the first quarter when C.J. Hooper went about 45 yards for the first score. They come back and they score again with similar play, only this time it's for 55 yards to B.J. Moss from C.J. Hooper. Hooper had the nice arm on both plays. We have an Eagle down on about the 52-yard line with holding his left arm, so hopefully he won't be hurt too badly here. We'll see what number that is. That's number 78 for the Eagles.
Chuck East. Chuck East
nose
is
guard.
Walking slow off the field, but at least he's fine, looks fine, and let's hope nothing else is wrong.
So Eric Anderson for the Jenison Wildcats will probably be back to attempt the extra point.
Well, let's see if number 45 is in the huddle. He's a big guy, 6'6". Is yet him in the middle? We'll see when they break the huddle here and see what's going to happen. Yep, there he comes. Number 89 will do the holding, Adam White. Let's see if they get the rhythm down on everything here. 27-6, Jenison. Extra point, and they muff the extra point. Let's find out what happens. There's supposed to be somebody to release.
Back and throw the ball.
And he got a man to release, and let's see, he gets in.
It's hard to believe, but you know what?
And Harriman's going to pick up the extra point.
That goes from 1 point to 2 points on a broken play. This ought to be interesting to watch this play over again. But Eric Anderson turns into a quarterback from his own 20-yard line, hits Harriman on his 5-yard line. He bowls his way into the end zone for 2 points.
29-6, totally unexpected by the Wildcats, but a great improvisation as far as making something happen out of nothing. And, you know, in a way, it's 29-6, but Hudsonville has not played that bad. It's too bad, but Jenison now is putting it to them.
Broken play.
When you start making plays like that, it's like,
it's your day. It's your day. When those things happen, it must be your day.
Look out.
Eric Anderson back to tee up the ball on the 40-yard line, back deep again. Hooper in the middle, and we have number 21 on the other side of the field, far side of the field.
21 is Gent. And usually the three fellas that come out are Kuipers, Gent, Smith, and Lurtsema. Usually the three guys that come back, unless they have some new people back there.
Well, they have person there, number 81 on the far, on this close near side here, 81.
Okay, so they have made some changes, Don. They got number 33 in the middle, so they're thinking that maybe he's not going to quite get the kick. And he boots it down there nicely. And he muffs the football, picks it up. Number 21 is coming up the field. Joe Gent. And doesn't get too far, and the Wildcat defense smothers him.
Brought down by a host of Wildcats in about the 20-yard line. So it's 29-6 with 4:06 to go in the third quarter. I think slowly but surely you see Jenison sort of taking charge of the game now a little bit.
Well, I think
that last pass, that was really a broken play that turned into a jewel for Wildcats picking up two. That's like a bonus play there.
Well, I think, Don, that the size of Genesis maybe starting to take its toll a little bit. They have some big kids, and they hadn't played real well, but they're still, when you have big kids on smaller kids, it takes its toll. Number 6 at quarterback for Hudsonville, Ken
Number
Reagan.
44 for the Wildcats, Todd Snip, put a helmet on the running back right on about the 20-yard line.
Ken Reagan has taken over for DJ Van Slyke, and I have to say I thought Van Slyke played very well.
I wonder if maybe the quarterback, Van Slyke, was injured somewhere along the way. We didn't pick up on that, but he does play on outside linebacker spot. We'll see if he's on defense next time.
Yeah. So we got split backfield. Ken Reagan at quarterback. Fakes the first man through, and he is going to be stuffed. Right now, the wheels are coming off for Hudsonville.
Number 61 for the Wildcats on the stop. Number 61 is Chris Laddy.
If you run that play back, you'll see what happened there. Their guard pulled back to block and ran right into the quarterback. So if we could see that, but if not, we'll move on. But that's what happened, and that stopped the whole play for the Hudsonville Eagles. So it's 3rd down and 8.
Moss, B.J. Moss in the game, number 61 coming out. That number 61 being Chris Laddig.
Kenny Reagan at quarterback, I formation. He's going to pitch it straight back to number 27, or 35, excuse me, James Kuipers.
Close to a first down. We'll bring up 4th and short, Roger.
Well, let's see what happens here. We got 29-6. I would have to think that
it's time for the quarterback sneak, possibly.
4th down. They're not even going to measure. So let's see what they're going to do. You know, it worked for them before. It's just a simple little dive play, straight up. Just
different quarterback than they had before. They have a new quarterback in, and the Reagan is 5'10", 160. Not quite as big as the other quarterback, but we'll probably see a quarterback sneak, I would think.
Todd Gregg just came in the ball game. He's number 71, and he's 240 pounds. Let's see how they pinch in there. It looks to me
be close.
Close, yeah. Didn't get real good penetration. I mean, excuse me, offensive burst. They didn't get a good burst off that football, and Jenison might have done it.
They're first down. They've
first
got
down.
First and 10. Big play for the Eagles.
Eagles keep the. Let's see if Ken Reagan can get things going and get some rhythm in his offensive team. 59, Kevin Costner, center, over the ball, playing a fine football game tonight. I formation. James Kuiper and Lertzema in the backfield. First man through.
Number 9 for the Wildcats on the stop.
Kuiper's carrying the football, doing a fine job. I think their backs, Donna, played a good football game tonight.
They have. They've been relentless. They just keep getting a nice first down play. This brings up 2nd and about 8. That time, the first down play, he picks up 2 yards. Nice stop by Boheis, number 9.
It's strong left. They have wing T to the left, and it's going to be a quick pitch to Lertzema and see if he can maneuver outside. He does. He skirts the outside and gets up, picks up about 10, 12 yards.
Pushed out of bounds by number 88 for the Wildcats. Dodged a little bit on the about the 45-yard line.
Lertzema is a very, very good football player. I tell you, I think Hudsonville, they play like they did, and they do away with some of these mistakes. They're going to be right in that race in the OK White.
This is the drive that Wildcats don't want to have happen to them. Right now they're leading 29-6. They want to put the Eagles away, but they haven't quite done that. Tony Anise a little upset right now. Call timeout.
He didn't even want him to come by him. He says, I'll come out and see you guys.
He's coming out there. He says, don't come to me, I'm coming to you.
I'm coming to you, that's right. And they know something's going to happen when they get out there.
Well,
so
There was no penetration on the inside there. They just broke out wide left, and he just kept going for yardage.
Oh, he's not a happy camper, boy, I could tell you. And this is not unusual. This has been happening the first half. This happened a lot. They had one series in there where Hudsonville did not get that yardage on the outside. Jenison strung it out, and there was no gain. But this last series now, they came around the end again, and he is fed up with that.
Well, he's doing a little coaching right now in the third quarter out on the field, and he's got some serious things to tell his defense right now, and rightfully so. There was a breakdown on the defensive end of the on the right side of the field out here, and that player from Hudsonville probably shouldn't have gotten as far as he did, but he did.
Now here comes Eagles back on the football. First down, 10 yards to go. Hudsonville trying to put a string of first downs together to get down in that scoring zone. It's going to be wing T to the right, strong right. And they're going to have a little scissor action where they're coming through, and he can't quite get the football to pitch it and can't find any running room. So Reagan goes down with short yardage right there. And that's exactly what the coach is talking about, is that we want no yardage, but let's string it out and let our help come up and help it.
Here in the model 32, the first player on the stop over there brings up 2nd and 9.
Yep. Got a long 9 there. This is a big series for Hudsonville for a number of reasons. One, they need to try and score to keep the score within range. Number 2, for their own self-pride in what they're doing. They could feel good about themselves. They come down and score. Here comes Lurtz around the end again. Picks up the yardage, and again, there is little penetration on that end. If we watch it, you could see, if you have a playback, you can see where they're getting blown out. They're getting tied up at the end, and the outside linebacker. Let's watch it. Watch it as he comes. It's just there's number 99 gets taken right out of the play. He's penetrating too deep, number 1, and the linebacker isn't there. He's getting hat on hat. So
again, we have a timeout for the Wildcats. So that's the quarter.
It's the end of the quarter, yeah, end of the third quarter, and boy, that went pretty fast.
29-6.
Eagles starting to do some good things on the ground and on offense, so let's see if they can keep her going into the fourth quarter.
Actually, Jenison scores twice here in the third quarter.
Yeah, just a quick recap on this third quarter scoring. Don.
Well, we had a 65-yard pass from CJ from the quarterback to the tight end, number 99, the big tight end, went 65 yards on the pass from Hooper.
Yeah.
And then we had the 65-yard run, I guess, by C.J. Hooper was the first score from the quarterback on the left side of the line after the the long run. Then we had the pass, 55-yard pass to tight end B.J. Moss from C.J. Hooper. So Hooper is involved with 2 plays there. One who ran in and 65 yards when he passes.
Yeah, how about that play, though, too, by Anderson, who picked up the ball in the extra point and scrambled around. Here we go, back at some action. Kevin Regan takes the football and tries to move it up the field, and he does pick up a first down, if no penalties. And it's a first down for Hudsonville. That was a nice play. Quarterback kept the football, moved right into the line. Start of the fourth quarter, and let's see how the Eagles can develop this as they move into Jenison territory. About the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. I formation, strong to the left. Reagan pitches it back to number 33, Lurtz, and he gets it, breaks the tackle, but good swarming by the Wildcats, and they have a loss on the play of about 3 yards.
Scott Dawes, 88, had a shot at him at about the 45, 50-yard line.
Now that was excellent penetration by number 9, Rick Boheis. He came flying up in there and missed the tackle, but his friends came up and helped him. 2nd down and about 13 yards to go for a first down. Hudsonville needs to stretch Jenison's defense a little, and they're just not doing it right now. Let's watch this quickly as this plays. Missed the tackle, but he helped stop the penetration, and that's what it's all about. I think your coach would love him if he could do that every play. Here we have a flag on the play, and the Eagles are walking backwards again. This has been
illegal procedure on the Hudsonville Eagles.
A little bit part of the pattern tonight has been the Eagles have always seemed to have a problem when they start making something happen.
Adam Waitman, 65, enters into the game, replacing 71, Todd Gregg.
Number 60 for Hudsonville, Ryan Van Ree enters the football game.
Second and about 19 yards on the 49-yard line.
Kevin Costner, steady Eddie, number 59, comes out over the football. Has done a very nice job. Number 6, Ken Regan, high formation, strong left. First man through, fakes, second man through, and somebody just gets a piece of his ankle and upsets him. Number 33, Lertzema.
That's Moss that had the ankle.
Nice, nice yardage on a bust right up the middle. Ryan Schmooze, number 52, just entered the football game for Jenison. Number 64, Tom Folkert for Hudsonville, just came in the game and brings in a play. Kuiper and Lertzema in the backfield in the I formation.
A glass split out wide right. Watch glass, number 12 for the Eagles.
Reagan goes back to pass. He's got a rush on, and he can't get anything on the football. And Jenison with a nice rush. Number 88, Dodds.
Adam Waitman, number 65, on the pressure on the quarterback.
Scott Dodds, number 88, had a nice rush. Both ends had a nice rush on the quarterback.
Roger, they have fourth down and about 12 to go on the 45-yard line. I suppose they'll have to punt the ball. We haven't seen a punt all night, I don't believe. There's not been a punt from either side tonight.
You might be right. It's fourth down. Let's see what Hudson was going to do. I think there was one punt.
Was there? When was that?
Yeah, we had one punt in the first half. I think it was the second quarter, and it didn't go very far.
Oh, that's right. We had one that came down. Well, was it a punt down here where number 27 picked the ball up in about the 5-yard line?
Right, exactly. So with 9:33 to go in the fourth quarter, Jenison holds a commanding lead right now of 29-6.
Beautiful night. There's not a cloud in the sky. The stars are out. The moon is out, and
a couple balloons are going up into the sky.
Labor Day weekend, long weekend. Monday's a holiday. A good crowd on both sides.
Big high school football tonight all over the area, and big college football.
Yeah.
Last night, Grand Valley kicked off their football season the Thursday night at Hausman Field, and had an excellent turnout, and they had an excellent ball game. It was a very good ball game. In fact, Grand Valley was sort of
that's right. They had a big
lucky
lead
to
at
win.
halftime. They came back, tried to score up, and I believe that Grand Valley won on a touchdown on a long pass play. It was an exciting game. This time, I guess Eagles are going to punt the ball.
9:33 to go. Hudsonville is about ready to punt. Good snap. Little rush in there by Jenison. Jenison's not even back to cover it, so Hudsonville will cover it at about the 6-yard line. And it'll be Jenison's ball, 1st and 10 to go with 9:22 to go.
And guess what, Roger? No penalty flags that time. No penalties.
You know, last night also, too, my old alma mater, Western Michigan University, the Broncos, kicked off their football and they had 35,000 plus fans.
They broke the record down at Wallow Stadium.
Yes, sir.
Played Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. And their stadium, if you folks haven't seen it, is all been redone. It's outstanding.
Keith Stroke, number 22, checks in the ball game for 27, Dawkins.
Matt Schmucker up over the ball for the Wildcats. Hooper at the quarterback position and up, squirting through real fast.
Number 22 just checked in with a ball carrier. That was Keith Stroh.
Stroh. We had him pegged in our lineup as he's a senior who's going to play a little bit tonight.
5'11", 195. 84 checks in the game on offense. That's Kevin Fales, probably at a tight end position.
Brandon Moss, 99, is coming out of the game.
No, he's not playing tight end. He's playing wide receiver.
81, Jeff Racine comes out of the game. C.J. Hooper just taking the troops up to the line of scrimmage. 2 setbacks. Number 22 breaks right through the line.
Close to a first down.
Seth Straw just comes bursting through the line and picks up some nice yardage.
It's a big first down, brings the Jenison Wildcats out of a hole. They took over the 6-yard line. The ball's out to about the 16-yard line now.
Number 11, Sean Shine, has entered the football game, and number 80, Eric Rozgorski comes out of the game.
At this point in the game, it looks like that Tony Anise is going to give an opportunity for a number of players to go in an offense and play a little bit that have not had a chance to get in the game yet. And
well, he's still got his big hitters inside. And there's a nice pass to number 84, Kevin Fales, who brings that ball downfield nicely.
Brought down by number 3, that would be Mike Schmidt on the stop on about the 45-yard line, another first down. Jenison starting to show the superiority right now.
That was a very well-timed play, Don, wasn't it? I mean, the quarterback stepped back, he saw his man, he broke free, hit him.
You got to give a little credit where credit is due. The offensive line held their blocks well too on the passing situation.
Yeah, we have a little mix-up right now, and Jenison's trying to slow things down. Chris Hooper, and he runs right into number 22, and he gets stuck.
22 and the defender all got there at the same time.
That was not too friendly. Boy, they all got together and had a big crash.
Number 55 for the Eagles, that was Kevin Clement, the inside linebacker, showing why he's playing inside linebacker. Pretty tough, hard-nosed kid.
Yep, he sure came and busted that group up, didn't he?
Yeah, Miles and Eric Grigorski go back in the ball game offensively.
Second down and about 12 yards to go for the Wildcats, and they got to get back at things here seriously. Get back into some rhythm. Hudsonville looks like they're going to crash through quickly, and first man through, and the quarterback keeps the football, and he maneuvers upfield, and he's going to take a first down. And
got a flag down, Roger.
Now I don't know how he called a flag.
I don't.
He had to call it on number 80 because he's looking right there. Now the guy, he was moving downfield and making a block, unless he pushed somebody out of bounds.
Let's see who they talk to here, but it's probably going to go against the Wildcats. I'll tell you one thing, these referees haven't missed anything tonight, have they?
Well, let's see what's going on here. The coach is even talking to the referee, trying to figure this out.
Well, it's going to be walked off for sure.
Right at the spot of the fall. That's a big
yards. 10-yard mark. 10-yard mark off.
It's got to be holding. I don't believe it was clipping, but let's see.
Brings up a second and about 12.
Come on, referee. Let's see what the penalty is. They didn't even show it. 7:07 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Wildcats are in a commanding lead, 29-6. Number 14, C.J. Hooper, leading the troops out. Mitch Harriman, number 30, is a lone setback. You got Slot to the right. Hudsonville ready to blitz through, and it's first man through, and Harriman just breaks the tackle and comes up first down.
On the 40-yard line, brought down by number...
Van Slyke made the tackle for Hudsonville.
Van Slyke, number 28.
Let's watch how he runs through the line. Keeps his legs up, keeps on churning. He is a tough customer to bring down.
That answers the question. I guess Van Slyke, they just pull him out of quarterback. He is playing defense at the outside linebacker position, but they just took him out of the quarterback slot, and they're giving number Reagan, was it Ken
Reagan, yeah, a little opportunity to play, yeah. First and 10 for the Wildcats. We got Slot to the left and a wide out to the right. Single setback is Harriman. And he spins and turns and he gives it again right up the middle, and he almost picks up another 10. So right now they're putting the coals to good old Hudsonville's defense.
The offensive line that goes about 230 across from tackle to tackle or end to end for the Wildcats are starting to show a little superiority right now.
5:58 to go, and the Wildcats are keeping the ball on the ground, keeping the clock moving.
Trying to wear them down just a little bit with 5:50 to go, as you say.
Yep.
Harriman comes out of the ball game, number 30.
Hooper looking around. He has a single setback, number 20, and he gives the ball right up the middle to number 20.
Scott Phillips, number 20, 5'11", 160 senior.
That was a nice run. He picked up a few yards. It'll be third down and a few inches to go for a first down.
83 checks in. That's Spencer Bruinke. That's a tough name to pronounce, Roger.
Well, we're going to have a new quarterback, Don. Number 9 is going to be in the ball game. Rick Boheis is going to sub in there for CJ.
I would think we had the right side of the offensive line moving before the ball was snapped. So new quarterback sometimes, a little different cadence, and you'll have a little bit of a misfire like you just saw.
Rick Boheis is a junior, and again, when you get the first call in there, sometimes it's best just to keep it simple. And I'm sure they tried to, but different cadence, and the coach is going out to talk to his troops with about 5 minutes to go, and he says, get back over there. I'm coming out to talk to you.
So many players going in and out of the game that sometimes it's difficult. It's easy to make a mistake when you don't have the rhythm of the offense that you've been running with, for the whole game. Now you've got new players and new positions, and people excited. It's their first play, second play of the game, and they're a little anxious, and boom, they're offsides.
Yeah, Hooper's back in the ball game again, and the boys are talking to Boheis on the sidelines. I don't know what he did down there, but how can you screw up the count when you just, I don't know. .5:01 to go. Jenison in the commanding lead, 29-6. Hudsonville coming back into on their defensive side of the ball to get set. Coach Jenison is just walking off the field, and the Wildcats are coming up to the line of scrimmage, getting ready to run their play. Have a couple new backs in the backfield. Number 20 is Scott Phillips. And he's got a bounce pass over there to the wideout, and that's an incomplete pass.
That was almost a backward pass, so that was a live ball, Roger. A little sloppy play right now. Looks like an inter-squad practice game going on right now.
Don, I don't know if that's a pass where you're supposed to bounce it off the grass and he catches it.
I think
and then
once
you run
the
with
ball,
it.
I don't know. I think if they're trying something like that, they're digging pretty deep. But I saw the play once with Birmingham. Brother Rice tried that play several years ago.
They bounce it off the
right.
grass and you catch it and run with it, and people think it's incomplete.
So it had to be all time. Mitch Harriman back in the ball game, number 30.
Now let's see how C.J. Hooper does here. He's got 4th down and about 6 yards to go. This is good play right here, because you're going to need this kind of offensive play as the year goes by. And here they got 2 people coming in and off the game. These guys don't quite understand.
They
who's
call
going
timeout again. Number 81 is going in the game right now for Wildcats.
So he was supposed to be in there. He didn't have enough people in the game.
He was short of wideout.
Well, that does not make a coach happy when these young people just did not know who is supposed to be out there at what time.
4:58 to go, and we've got a 29-6 ball game. Jenison way out in front, showing a little superiority, but they're kind of breaking down someone in offense right now.
No, we're sort of stuck at 5 minutes. We can't get the clock moving, Don. Well, it's been big plays have been Jenison, 2 big pass plays, a couple long runs. Hudsonville has done well. They've run the football, but they've made some key errors at very costly times, and it's cost them dearly.
Jenison has scored on a number of big plays, but they did have the 175-yard drive in the second quarter when they went 75 yards, and then they culminated that with a 22-yard scamper off the right side with Dawkins, number 27, taking it in. But they've scored really from 45 yards, 65 yards, 55 yards, big plays.
Harriman's back in the backfield. You got 2 wideouts. Hooper keeps the football, moves upfield again, and almost runs the same play where he broke it for a touchdown.
Yes,
number 21. Number 21, though, Joey Gant stopped it this time. Didn't let him get a touchdown. But he does pick up the first down, and now he brings in some fresh guys.
Number 33 checks in for the Wildcats. Dustin Manning on offense. Number 9 checking in. That would be Rick Boheis.
Number 20, Scott Phillips, is in the backfield.
81 coming out of the game.
And number 33, as you called just a second ago. And number 9 is back at the quarterback slot. Rick Boheis, and seeing if he can get a few things going. Number 33 is Dustin Manning. And in a way, this is good that they get some of these fellows in. They need playing playing experience because you're going to need them down the road as maybe you have an injury to pop up. Rick Boheis looking over the defense. 2 setbacks. He almost had some motion there. Number 20 takes the football, and Scott Phillips moves into the line. Number 55 for the Wildcats, Dustin Boss, coming into the line.
Hard to keep track of all of these players that are going in and coming out, Roger.
Adam Waitman, number 65, is going into the ball game. So they are getting some fresh players in there, giving them a little experience. Dustin Manning, number 33, and number 20, Scott Phillips in the backfield. Rick Boheis marking the signals. Ball comes up, and it's fumbled, and looks like Hudsonville may fall on it.
That's right, they did.
Had a good opportunity to pull that ball and to pitch it. And they are going to get the football. So Hudsonville did recover.
Hudsonville's ball on about the 30-yard line. Watch the replay.
They had everything started good, and Hudsonville got some penetration. Watch, handoff. And boy, that guy blasted the quarterback.
He was hit just as he was about ready to pitch the ball out.
Number 63, Bob Hooper. Hooper, O-P-P-E-R. Well, let's see who's coming back out here for Hudsonville. And number 11. Number 11 is at the quarterback helm, and that's number 11 would be DJ Van Slyke.
Well, we've got the right guard going offside, number 63 this time for the Hudsonville Eagles.
Ken Regan was in there for most of the third and the fourth quarter, and now DJ Van Slyke is back in there again to try and see if they can get some rhythm back.
5-yard penalty brings up 1st and 15 with 3:15 to go. Jenison on top, 29-6.
And we're just sort of winding down this fourth quarter. It's
a long fourth quarter.
Yes, sir. Number 10 for Hudsonville, Mike Rose, comes out wide. Yeah, split backfield, 2 wideouts. DJ Van Slyke is quarterback, and Lertzema straight up the middle, pounding away, picking up yardage. He has played an outstanding football game. I have to say, he has just done a very, very good job. It really is a shame that Hudsonville's had some mistakes, some penalties at key times, because they could have a few more points on the board, and given that case, Jenison might have taken away a few points, but they have made mistakes when they shouldn't have.
Jenison's made enough of their own mistakes too. They've made enough mistakes too for both teams. Both teams, it's first game for both teams, right. So you have to give them a little allowance for that.
Yep. Strong right. DJ Van Slyke back trying to pass. He escapes all the green jerseys, and he's going to run hard, and he does. And he puts a big lick on somebody, and they both get right up off the turf.
Brought down by 87, Ken Follett.
And it does, it's a first down. Nice run by the quarterback. First down.
42 goes into the game for, that would be David Falk.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Hudsonville 1st and 10. Still in their own territory. Wide out to the left. Split backfield. Van Slyke calls the signals. First man through at an angle. Comes up through the middle. Picks up yardage. Breaks tackle. And he looks like he could go all the way. Number 35, Jason Kuipers. And he's brought down right at about the 10-yard line on a saving capital.
42, David Falk tripped him up a little bit.
David Falk brought him down. Otherwise, he would have gone in the end zone. Outstanding run by James Kuiper, number 35.
Here's replay. Let's watch the replay, see what happens. Hudsonville not giving up, are they?
Super effort also by the line. He just came right up through the middle and made it happen.
James Kuipers.
Van Slyke again. Oh, can't quite hang on.
That ball, I believe, was recovered by the Hudsonville Eagles. There were about 3 or 4 players on the ball. I think an Eagle finally
They did recover it.
Recover the ball.
Number 33, Lertzema, just could not find a handle
on it. Replay, watch the ball go up in the air.
Right there, try to get it. He didn't have a good handle right from the beginning. Now that was lucky right there for Hudsonville. They need to score.
Psychologically, it'd be a big lift for the Eagles to score late in the game. It's not going to change the outcome.
But it would be good, yeah. It'd be good to get a little score, get a little momentum going for next week. You know, just looking at the schedule, Don, next week in the OK Red, Jenison, after Hudsonville, will take on the Granville Bulldogs, which will be the open of the OK Red Conference.
Right.
And that will be a showdown.
That'll be a big game. It'll also be televised by WCET right here in Jenison. And then after that, they'll travel out to East Kentwood. And they come back in and play West Ottawa for a home game. And then they come back, then they go out to play Grand Haven at Grand Haven. Holland away at Holland. They come back and have Rockford at home, which will also be a televised game on WCET. And then they have Maury Shores, which is an away game, the last OK Red Conference game. And finish up with Muskegon and Muskegon. October 30th.
Hudsonville has a tough 2 games in a row. They play East Grand Rapids at East Grand Rapids, and then Zeeland at their place. So they have 2 games back to back. Oh, okay. Hudsonville trying to put it in the end zone. Here we go. Let's see if Lertzema, he gets in the end zone. Nice run. Nice run, nice blocking by the Eagles as they put it in the end zone. And they pick up 6 points.
Here's a replay. Watch Lertzema just bulldog his way right into the end zone.
Good blocking. Number 42 gets kicked out. He opens up a natural hole right to the end zone.
That makes the score 29-12.
Let's see what Hudsonville does here to try and pick up either 1 or 2 points. You got 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. And they may try for 2 just to see if they get a little practice on the 2-point conversion. Van Slyke at quarterback. Crosset in the backfield. Wide out to the left. Number 33, Lertzema, is going to be a blocker, lead blocker, and the quarterback, Van Slyke, is going to be stopped short. Going to be stopped short of the end zone, so it's no points for the Eagles. As Jenison stops the extra point, it's 29-12. And we got about 1 minute to go, Don, and this first game will be history.
It's been a long 4th quarter, a lot of mistakes from both sides of the ball. But Hudsonville does capitalize on the drive, and a nice run off the right side of the line for about 25-30 yards. And then Lertzema, who's not come out of the ball game all game long, goes in and scores from about 10 yards out off the left side of the line.
Let's go back to our Jenison High School senior getaway. We want to give a little promotion on this Volkswagen that they're going to raffle off. Tickets are $35 each. They're 3 for $100, and they are only going to be 1,000 tickets sold. So your odds are excellent to winning this car. You can pick up tickets at the Jenison 7-Eleven or at the football games here, or you could contact the school and find out who the parents are in the senior parent getaway committee. And there is a second prize, a 35-inch color TV. So hey, your odds are even better of winning something.
Matt Harriman, number 30, back in the 10-yard line, so he's back in the ball game. Number 27 for the Wildcats there, and Dawkins on the near side. On the far side, I believe the same receiving team out there.
Eagles break out of their huddle, getting ready to kick off.
Roger, would you call an onside kick at this point? Anything can happen, right?
It sure looks like
1:05 to go. It could be onside kick.
Sure looks like it. Here we go, number 12. Nice kick, nice. Oh, he had it up in the air.
Jenison recovers the ball on the 45-yard line, though, however.
Number 32 picks up the ball, Aaron Amato for Jenison, but that ball did kick up, and they had a chance, didn't they, Don?
It was there.
Nice play.
That's what you say, they're not giving up.
No, that's excellent.
So I would say Jenison would be well served is just maybe take the snap and sit down on the ball.
Well, their new quarterback, Rick Boheis, who has been in the game a little bit, is back in there again, and let's see what he does. I'm sure they're going to just keep the ball on the ground and run out the clock.
Just take it and kneel down. That's what they did.
And that's what they're going to do. Quarterback just steps back. Hudsonville can't stop the clock, basically, and so the clock is just going to run off. It'll be second down and about 12 yards to go for a first down, but that is not a factor in the ball game right now. Well, the Eagles played a very, very good football game. They made some key mistakes when they didn't want to, and that led to the score. And they had a couple of big plays from the Wildcats that put them in a position where they are right now. So I think the Eagles have nothing to be dissatisfied about. Here we are. The coaches are.
That's the last play of the game.
That's the last play of the game. So they're out there on the field with 12 seconds to go, shaking hands because they can't do anything about it.
So the Jenison Wildcats, Roger.
There's still a little time to go, and the guys are out there. It's sort of like,
there was no more. The timeouts were all been used up. It was 29 to 12, and that's it.
The Wildcats are victorious after in the first game of the new season, 29 to 12, beating their rival Hudsonville. And as we said at the beginning of the game, between Hudsonville, Jenison, and Granville, I'm sure you're going to see Granville get on the schedule of Hudsonville, and that'll be a rivalry that'll be outstanding.
That's right.
I know Hudsonville sort of leans a little bit to Zeeland, but still, that threesome right there is going to be very healthy, I think, for the OK Conference.
So the series, Roger, goes to 10 games to Jenison and 0 for Hudsonville. So next year they get a chance to get the revenge back over at Hudsonville.
Well, I think Jenison has had the favorite position most of the time because they are a bigger school at the time when they started to play Hudsonville, and it would have been, yes, an upset if they would have beat Jenison back when they first started this. But now, in the last couple of years, Hudsonville has grown more. They will be bigger than Jenison down the road, so it will even out sometime, but it's going to take many years to do that. But right now, Jenison's got the upper hand.
Hudsonville is a Class A, and they're growing. As we said before the broadcast, Hudsonville is growing community, and Jenison being a double A, probably eventually Hudsonville will be the same size as Jenison, and they'll be equal terms. Just a quick recap on the scoring. As we said earlier, Jenison scored first on the 45-yard pass to C.J. Hooper, the tight end, and then Hudsonville came back after a nice little drive, and James Kuipers went 5 yards in for 6 points. The extra point attempt failed, and Jenison came back on a 75-yard drive. Aaron Dawkins, number 27, went 22 yards off the right side of the line to score. And then they had the 2-point conversion to the quarterback. C.J. Hooper ran the ball in off the right side of the line. The second half scoring was pretty much all Jenison. Jenison going 65 yards on that run by C.J. Hooper off the left side of the line. And Eric Anderson did convert the extra point kick. Then the next score was a 55-yard pass from Hooper to B.J. Maas, the big tight end. And then they had the broken play where the Eric Anderson, the extra point kicker, threw the ball into Harriman. He went in the end zone for the 2 points. And in the fourth quarter, we wound up with Lertzema going 10 yards off the left side of the line for 6 points. The extra point attempt failed, so wind up with 29-12 score.
Don, I'll tell you, I thought Nate Lertzema, number 33, if that was my player of the game for Hudsonville, he was outstanding tonight. He played very well. He was a hard-nosed football player. He came around the end, and he caused Jenison trouble at their defensive end, and their coach was out there really concerned about what was happening. It's just unfortunate that they had some key mistakes and key penalties at some critical times where they could have maybe scored. Right now they got 12 points. They could have had a few more points, and who knows. But Nate Lertzema is my guy for Hudsonville as a player of the game. For Jenison, I have to say that Mitch Harriman really carried the ball. I mean, he gained 10 yards at a crack, and he was the key guy because if it wasn't for him, the quarterback would never be able to step back and hit Brandon Moss with those passes because they were always worried about Harriman popping down through that middle. So those are my two guys for the game. How did you see it?
I would see the same. I would pretty much agree, Roger, with your observation. I also have to say that the offensive line, which Coach Tony Anise had mentioned earlier in the week, was going to be a key factor in Jenison's success this year. But from tackle to tackle and from end to end, the offensive line did a nice job of protecting C.J. Hooper when he did try to throw the ball, and they opened up some nice holes for Mitch Harriman and Aaron Dawkins to run through for the score. So from tackle to tackle and end to end, that 230-pound line for the Wildcats showed me a lot tonight. And if they continue to improve, they will be a force to be reckoned with the rest of this year.
Well, wrapping up the program tonight, Don, the Wildcats get off to a good start, 29-12. They have a big ball game coming in next week with Granville to kick off the OK Conference. So for tonight, it was a good start for the Wildcats. And my name is Roger York, along with Don Peterson. We had a great time tonight watching Jenison win 29-12. Good night.